This is an avocado, and this is a podcast. That makes this an avocado podcast.
You are now listening to The Young God, a podcast for the gods. This episode is sponsored by 8689 Food. They're a small business that makes artisanal foods and treats. Do check them out.
And my eyesight is actually terrible.
Oh, yeah?
Like, something that's funny is I don't shoot with my glasses or my contacts. I shoot in my eyes and I don't see. Like, my prescription is -7. I don't know if you know anything about, like, eye prescriptions, but I'm basically blind.
And you shoot blind.
And I shoot blind. So so I think that's just one thing that just made me realize that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Hello everyone, I'm Rodney and you're welcome to another episode of The Young God. And as you just heard, my next guest is a photographer who shoots blind. Talk about his superpower. She's also a lawyer and an introvert who doesn't like to talk much, but boy did she have a lot to say. Ladies and gentlemen, Vanessa Endeley. Vanessa is a very enigmatic babe. It's what makes her work so damn good. And I've been curious about her and her work for the longest time. And finally, she opened up about all that and more. If you were a fan of hers, you will appreciate her candor on this episode. I mean, we talked about her project, Working Women, that has gotten her a lot of international recognition. We talked about her fears and the troubles she faced in capturing those stories. And boy, she's got stories for days. We also got a little bit personal, talking about, her craft and her upbringing and her plans for the future. It got really, really cool. I mean, at first she was very close to the chest with her cards, but eventually towards the 30-minute mark, she really got comfortable and she gave us probably the best parts of this podcast. So yeah, in the end, she's just a young woman expressing herself and I'm here for it. With all of that said, let's start the show.
Oh my God.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to get myself in a room with this lady for a long, long time. Ms. Vanessa Endeley. You're welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Guys, if you could see her right now, she's super conscious right now. She's really, really, you can tell she's a fish out of water right now. But let's try and make her at home.
Wow.
She's out here with her hair tied back, got her piercings on fleek, got her wings on fleek and everything. She's looking relaxed, got some blue nails on.
Wow.
She's sitting on a couch across from me and she doesn't know what the fuck I'm doing or trying to achieve with all this. But I'm trying to paint them a picture. It's a podcast, it's an audio
of course.
thing.
Carry on.
And we're in a really large room with some nice wallpaper and I'm on a kaftan on Salah Day. Happy Salah, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Salah, all you guys.
Eid Mubarak.
Yeah, even though you might hear this months later, but it's good to know when this was recorded. Ms. Vanessa, I'm going to just start off the top here. I'm having you on here because you're a woman, first of all. And we're in this day and age where we're trying to listen to women, actively, intentionally, and take into account the female perspective in all things and everything. So when we first started preparing for this, you said, I am not a talker. So what are you then?
I am a listener. I'm a watcher. I like to watch in silence.
You're a voyeur.
I'm not a stalker or a creep. That sounds very creepy. I'm not really. I don't talk a lot. I think it's my upbringing because I was mostly home alone. My brother is 6 years older. He left home almost immediately after I became 11, after I turned 11. Yeah. So I basically grew up an only child, and yeah, like I don't talk a lot because I don't have that much to say. I'd rather watch movies, listen to other people. I like listening to people a lot, and just creating art, I guess. Yeah, I'm not a talker. I'm a serious introvert. Everyone who knows me knows I'm a very serious introvert. I'm not just saying it.
But you see the thing, right? Oh no, I can tell you're an introvert.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it's time to talk, it's the people that don't talk the most that we want to hear what they have to say, which is why we're here today. So this is not the time, not the day to not be a talker.
Okay.
Yeah. So another thing you said was, that's while we're like talking on Instagram in anticipation for this thing, you said, I don't care much for creativity. What does that mean? And why not?
That's in the context of the recent recent world climate, and how like everyone is trying so hard to be creative. Like, well, as an artist, there have been briefs where, like, since the lockdown started, there have been briefs where they want like Corona content, and it just like it pisses me off because when in a pandemic, people are dying, like people are going through a lot, and you think Vanessa Endeley, her flat, is trying to be creative. No, I'm not. I just think it's so fake, and I think there should be a limit on like commercializing people's like suffering, and so I just don't really care for creativity right now. Like, I haven't picked up my camera in months. I haven't done I'm just not in that headspace. So, and I think it also puts a lot of pressure on people to like roll out content, and why do we need to go through that? Why in a pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what does creativity mean to you then? If it's not about looking at the world around you as it is and then using that as inspiration for your work.
Yeah, of course, that's how you get inspiration, but I just think there's a time for everything. And well, personally, like I'm not keen into the whole coronavirus and everybody's on lockdown. Like, my mental health is like very important to me, and I've struggled with it. So I am not in any way, shape or form interested in being creative at the moment.
How hard is it for you coming up with content?
It's really hard because my artistic work, because I have my art, I have my fine arts, and then I have my documentary. So my fine arts, I have to actually go out, like, it's basically street photography. So it's not staged, it's whatever I see that I turn into art. Like, it's not, I don't have a photo shoot, and no, I hate that.
I saw your work with the sex workers.
Yeah, so that's my documentary.
That was brave.
Which is still ongoing, but it's been on hold for a while because I really struggled. I really struggled on that project because the things I saw, like I was having like panic attacks.
Oh, yeah.
I was like hallucinating. I couldn't sleep. I had to get some medication to sleep. And things I saw, like that project really, so I've just like kept it aside for a bit, but I'm definitely going back to it. Cause that's like my child. I call him my baby. That's like my child, like, and it's going to be ongoing for like a number of years, because I'm not just concentrating on sex workers. It's called Working Women, so it embodies all like forms or classes of women that have experienced like sexual assault, or have been wrongfully, or have been terminated or lost their means of livelihood because they resisted like sexual assault, maybe from their employers, or women that have been assaulted by people in power, like policemen, whoever. So it's like that's my child. So I'm taking my time, and I need to be like in the right headspace. Because when you hear people's stories, they're like, wow, like, and I was going to like a brothel, like I was, like there was even like an incident where police came. They didn't come for the reason you probably think. They came because one of their colleagues had solicited a sex worker and refused to pay her. So basically, in the brothel, there's sex workers and there's drug dealers. Like, oh my God, so scary. But so the sex worker like held, like basically confiscated the officer's phone as her form of payments, because he refused to pay after they had completed their transaction. Yeah. So the officer now went to call like more officers to probably like intimidate her, and then so there was basically the drug dealers were obviously protecting the sex workers. So there was basically a face-off between the police and then sex workers, and I was there, and I was like, what is happening right now? Like, and I was really scared, but that's their life. That's stuff. And I was going there every day. Like, it was a lot, and that was just one brothel, and there's so many women. Like, there's just so many stories.
Did you manage to get shots of that showdown?
No.
Okay.
No. My camera costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And my life.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I was like, no, like even like when I go there, like I can't, like I don't look up. Like when I'm walking, like I don't look. I'm always looking down because I don't want to like make eye contact with one of the drug dealers. They're so scary.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh man.
It's so scary. But that is even the hard part. The hard part is actually listening to the women, and like some of them are like HIV positive, like from being raped. Some of them have kids from being raped by policemen. Like their kids growing up in that environment. It's like,
you know what just came to mind now? It's like, you know when you're driving on the road in Abuja, and there's all these checkpoints.
Yeah.
And every time you're having to you're giving them cash or whatever.
Oh no, I don't give them cash.
Well, like in general, when people give them cash,
yeah.
What if they're using that cash to later on go and pay for sex?
I mean, yeah, they drink, they do all sorts. I've actually been assaulted by, like, whilst I was doing that project, I was assaulted by a police officer in Mitama. Like,
assaulted?
Yeah, like he grabbed me because he stops me and like the thing is, I don't do this Nigerian eye service thing. Like I don't smile. Like, why are you stopping me?
Yeah.
He stopped me wrongly, and I was arguing with him. Maybe it's the lawyer in me, and I was arguing that no, like I'm not wrong. He basically just wanted to bully me.
Yeah.
And so like he grabbed. I could smell. And this was like at 6 p.m. He was already like intoxicated.
It was lit.
So, and that was whilst I was doing my project. I'm like, that's. So, and if he can do that to me, then imagine what he can do to people that have like no power or like no, like nothing, like no one to defend them. So it's sad.
Man.
It's really like people are living different lives, man. So I had to take a break.
Different lives. Yo, I mean, I think for me, that was what was like really interesting because I was, during the lockdown, I'm in the safety of my home. You know, doing all kinds of things, you know, and just like chilling.
Yeah.
And then somewhere else, someone is like struggling for their breath. So in terms of mental health, that was something that I had to like, I didn't want to forget that. I didn't want to just forget that someone else is not living where I'm living, you know?
I get that, but at the same time, I don't agree because that's what people use as justification for ignoring mental health issues, where they say, oh, you're comfortable, you have everything, So why are you sad or why are you depressed? Like you have everything you need, and then there's someone on the streets who has it way worse. So why are you depressed? So I don't believe in disregarding your like how you feel just because.
No, I didn't disregard how I felt. I was more like making sure I was empathizing. I didn't want to just get so stuck in my own bubble.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
My own enjoyment. I was enjoying my fucking self.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I wasn't.
Okay, yeah. Exactly. So
because I'm alone and my mom, like, I was like, oh, I want to go home. I couldn't go home. I really struggled, child, but thank God.
You thank God.
For life. So, yeah. So I was on the phone a lot. I was watching a lot of things. I got into Korean shows.
Oh, yeah? You just got into
Korean.
them?
Yeah, I started learning Korean. Like, I'm really, like, obsessed. And I want to go to Korea next summer with my friend. So...
What do you do?
Yeah. Oh, my God. How do you... Well, I mean, she is really obsessed with Korea. And she's brought me to that side, or she's taking me to that side. So, I'm really excited.
So, how does a girl who doesn't like to talk end up being a lawyer?
Law is not just about talking now. Like... Is it?
But I mean, I'm sure it's not. But then a lot of it has to do with defending your point of view.
Yeah,
debating.
I can talk when I talk when it is necessary for me to talk. Like I just don't. You won't see me just yarning, just talking, just because.
Except you're with Chidera. Yes.
First.
I know the vibes.
I actually did want to be a lawyer. Like, I wasn't, like, forced. No, at first I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. But then I could have. But then my teacher in secondary school misled me. Because I loved chemistry and biology and I hated physics and further math. So I dropped those two because I didn't want to, like, tarnish my final results. And then when I got to uni, my uni told me, oh, no, you don't need physics and math for medicine. So because I dropped that, I had to change to a new, and law was, like, I actually didn't mind. But then I was always interested in photography. But the thing at that time was my mom was very adamant on her children studying professional courses. So there was no way I was going to tell my Nigerian parents to pay thousands of pounds for me to study photography in 2011. There's in fact, it wouldn't even cross my mind because are you okay? Yeah. You better be a doctor or a lawyer or engineer or whatever. Yeah. But the thing is, my mom, she just said, get your degree, whatever you want to do after, that's your business. So as soon as I got my degree, handed it to her, law school. Then the summer after I graduated, she called me because I was in Abuja. She was like, oh, am I home? That someone is bringing something to me. And then I opened like a huge carton and I have like my camera, my lenses, everything. And I just started crying. I was like, oh my gosh. So she actually kept like her word and now I'm going to study, like I'm going to do my master's. I'm going to do documentary photography and photojournalism, like one of like the best art schools.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like
that's what's up. Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever practice. Like I don't like law. I don't like the way it's practiced here. Yeah. Like the rules, like once I was sent out of class, like I came to learn. I was sent out of class because they said my shirt was milk colored.
Instead of white? It
wasn't white. Please, what color? Like, I mean, I know milk is not like serious white, but is that why you should like interrupt my learning? Like just ridiculous things, or someone has 2 piercings, like who cares? Like, it's just so archaic. Like
Yeah.
thinking of Nigerians, like especially like the legal system is just so archaic to me. Like, yeah. So.
Do you think everyone is creative?
No. I don't think so.
Yeah. I think true creativity is rare. I think the same way, like, you can say someone is an introvert and an extrovert, is the same way you can say someone is creative and not creative. You know? And I feel like saying that everyone is creative means that no one is creative. Because creativity means...
It's supposed to be something special.
Yeah.
Which is why people pay lots of money for it.
For it, exactly.
So...
They pay people to help them think like way outside.
Exactly.
In fact, even within the box, it's like the way I see it now, because I do brand strategy. That's my day job. I build brands, all this brand comms and all these things. And I've been in a room, right, where the employer or the principal is asking us to present ideas for their thing. And the competition is there. It's a competition. And I realized, and this is how I know I'm fucking creative. Yeah. You know, I realized that for those sort of things, everybody's going to try above and beyond to come up with this like incredible idea that is, you know, everyone's going to try to be as far away from the box as possible. And I decided...
And we end up missing the point.
Yeah. So I decided to go the opposite route and go like within the box. And not like within the box in like the most obvious way, but like just show that even within the box, there's a way you can do the thing that still, you know, stands out. Like, you know how they say simplicity is elegance. That's that sort of thing. And we ended up, you know, getting the thing, winning the project. So I feel like you said, sometimes people can be fake deep with it and try too hard to appear a certain way.
Too hard,
Yeah. And if anything, I think creativity is like being yourself. You know, I think the more you are yourself, the more creative you can be. It's when you're like everyone else, when you're conforming.
Yeah, I agree.
That your creativity becomes muddied. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's why living alone, as you do, is good for creativity, because at any point in time, you're not like being influenced by other people's opinions. You know, it's like Lil Wayne said, he has a podcast, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah. And he was talking to Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre asked him, who do you listen to, you know, these days? And Lil Wayne was like, I don't listen to anybody else but my stuff. I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, yeah, because I don't listen to other people's stuff, I just put out my work and people still fuck with it, you know? So that lets me know that I'm creative. That lets me know that I am good at what I do. And then these guys that now copy what I do. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like in many ways, like true creativity is very rare because we're exposed to so much content. Everybody's always
So
like
much. Oh my God.
watching this and reading this and doing that. So yeah, I feel you on that one. So how would you describe your photography and your, you know, being self-taught? What's that about? What's your relationship with the craft? Because I know you're single, so that means all your love
How
energy.
do you know I'm single?
How do I know?
Yeah.
It's a vibe. I might be
What's
wrong.
the vibe? Whoa, pause. Wait, what? There's a vibe? What's the vibe?
It's a vibe of a woman who's comfortable on her own. That's really it.
Yeah, but I can be comfortable on my own and not be single.
You could be, and then it's a weight. It's a thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's my relationship? Well, see, this question is so hard for me because, like, I just...
Okay. You just pick it up and shoot.
Like, there's no ritual. Like, okay. So basically, I really like black skin, African, like Nigerian skin.
Okay, cool.
And I really, really like textured skin. Like, there's...
Now we're getting
like,
somewhere.
there's... There's something like, so, and the only way I can get those kind of shots are on the streets. And not streets of, we'll say to, like, deep, like I go into, okay, you know what, I'm actually insane with my work because, like, because I'm very spontaneous, like I can wake up. Okay, I've done this so many times. Like I'll wake up, I'll just get on the train to Kaduna. Who do I know in Kaduna? Well, now I know someone, Hafsi, Kwebe.
Yes.
So she's like, she's been so kind. Like when I go, like she like helps me. Like she like gives me like a driver to like take me around. Or there was one time I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I had heard about a salt village somewhere after Lafia. And I woke up and I got into my car and I drove. It took me 4 hours.
How did you find it?
It was on Google Maps.
It was on Google Maps.
I just like woke up and just drove to the salt village and I found it. And it was rewarding. Or once I went to Maiduguri.
You went
I went
alone?
to Maiduguri last year. And then I didn't tell my mom I was going. And then when I was in Maiduguri, she called me and I was just acting normal because imagine telling my mom. My mom is even so paranoid that I'm in like Abuja. So like imagine me telling her I'm in Borno State. And then I was acting normal, but then I was like, why should I? Like if something actually happens to me, like she should actually know.
Yeah.
So I told her and she was like screaming, like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Like my mom is just tired of me. Like, so I just have like that's how I get my, like I actually put myself in danger. But it's always so rewarding and nothing happens. So why should I stop? Like,
so until something happens, you stop.
What's the worst that will happen? I'll die.
What's the worst you could have? You could survive.
The worst thing that could happen to me is getting kidnapped. Okay. That's my worst fear. I hope no one listening will actually kidnap me because I'm just giving out my secrets.
I don't think anybody listening is going to want to kidnap you.
But like that's my worst fear, being kidnapped, like because
yeah, that's not all.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like that's just basically like I just throw myself into like things and it's been rewarding so far. Like, and I've lived a sheltered life, so I'm exploring my country. Like I'm going to different places I would never like go like on a normal day. I've only been to like Lagos and Abuja and my Edo states and I think Ibadan. So I haven't actually like. And there's so much culture, like there's like when I went to Kaduna.
You should see her glowing talking about this shit.
Yeah, when I start talking about photography, like there's just like a light bulb. But anyways, so when I went to Kaduna, like there's was it Kaduna where is it the Emir? Do they have an Emir? What's the name of the tradition? Yes, I went to the palace and then the walls have these like colorful like I don't know, inscriptions. I think inscriptions or there's
Let's
like...
go with that, yeah.
And then the guards, like one of my favorite pictures is of a palace guard, like just what they were wearing, the colors, and I'm really drawn to color as well. So there's just so much we don't know and like, why shouldn't we explore that?
Yeah, and that's why we have you. To explore that and bring the stories out for us.
So that's just, well, I guess that's my process.
But you know, I relate to you so much in that because I remember one of my projects was I went to my village and there's a festival called the Edaro Festival. And there's a whole ritual that goes into it. It's basically celebrating the new cocoyam, harvest. So I had to go through a whole like ritual where
you have to appease.
Yeah, they sat me down and they
you have to do all of that. That's normal. Kill
the chicken. Should the gods allow this young man and his camera to like document our processes? God. And he said yes, but there'll be a stipend of 5,000 naira involved as well. So I had to pay 5K. And then and from then I was like in the thick of like
And then once you have that access, like access is everything.
Yeah.
Access is like if you have no access, if you have to be sneaking shots, then it's not
the
worth
same.
it.
Yeah.
So you always access is just has to be your best friend.
Yeah.
And I just always get access.
You always get it. Allow me a moment to appreciate our sponsor, 8689 Food. They produce amazing artisanal granola, homemade and beautifully packaged. They come in 4 yummy flavors: Reasonable, Coconuts About You, Choconola, and Nutty by Nature, all of which I've sampled and I highly recommend. They are sugar-free and go great with yogurt, cereal, or on their own. Do support them by visiting their IG page at 8689 Food. That's the word 80 followed by the number 6 and the word 80 followed by the number 9. One word. Tell them Rodney sent you for a discount. Okay, let's take it to another place. So how has photography changed your life? What have you become by it?
Changed my life.
Yeah. You never thought about it that way? You think you're just out here shooting and you're just staying the same? Because what you create eventually creates you.
I think it's made me, I don't know if it's because of photography or if I'm just getting older, but it's made me more conscious of social issues and people around me. It's made me empathize more.
What skills in photography can you apply in real life situations? For example, I would say with photography, you learn how to see, right? So naturally, that's something you can apply in life in general, just being observant. So even without your camera.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm walking on the street and I see something. So I have really bad, my eyesight is actually terrible.
Oh yeah?
Something that's funny is I don't shoot with my glasses or my contacts. I shoot in my eyes and I don't see. My prescription is -7. I don't know if you know anything about eye prescriptions, but I'm basically blind.
And you shoot blind.
And I shoot blind. So I think that's just one thing that just made me realize that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think also listening to people's stories has made me more present.
And more aware of the world,
more present in the sense that, this life is not just about what because I feel I've been so sheltered. Life is so much harder than how you're living. And it's made me more appreciative.
Of your privilege.
Of my privilege, yes. Okay, photography has also made me feel more guilty. I have guilt. I have a lot of guilt.
Okay.
Because my project on sex workers is what actually introduced me officially to the art scene, because it was shown at Lagos Photo Festival.
Yeah.
And Lagos Photo Festival is so big, curators from around the world.
I've been exhibited there as well.
Yeah, so
I know what that's like.
So from Lagos Photo, I got an invitation to exhibit in France, in Amsterdam. Then from there, my fine arts was grabbed by Sashi Arts, which is a big deal in the art scene. But also, my Working Women project got me into the school of my dreams. Got me into the school I'm going to.
Okay,
It also got me a full scholarship.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so when I think about all everything I'm achieving, I'm but these women are still
there.
They're still there. So it's just very
It's like you're progressing off their backs.
It's very and I think a lot of photojournalists
deal with that.
Deal with this because World Press Photo or Women Photograph, all these or Magnum Photos, they have all these prizes, and then you apply and you see the most horrific living situation has won the best photo. and it's going to the artist. It's not going to
them.
the subject. So it's very like, I don't know. It actually makes me really sad. Like, and I can only do so much myself.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel really. It's actually not funny. It's really sad. It's really sad and it's so unfair. But like, our fingers are not equal. But at the same time,
I don't know why I'm laughing.
I don't know why you're laughing, but at the same time, I feel like artists have a like duty to go back. I always go back. Like the one of the sex workers who was my access, like I'm in touch with her. And when I do street photography, when I take the photos, I always print. I print like a little and I go back and I give it to them. Just the little I can do. So yeah, that guilt is real. The guilt is real. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
Guilt is so real.
Okay, another photographer, she was telling me about the same thing, but in different ways. Like, you go to these parts of the world that are going through things, and you take these photos, and the trauma that you develop as a photographer, just seeing these things firsthand, and then coming back to your own, safe haven, and having to...
Yes. My ritual was, I think there was...
See, now you have a ritual. Now you know that is a ritual.
It's not really a ritual, it's just something... So basically, there was one of the days I was at the brothel. There was this story that was so like traumatic. I just couldn't comprehend what this woman was saying to me. Like I had to like stop the session and I drove home. Like as soon as I got home, I went straight into my shower and like I was like scrubbing, like almost like scrubbing my skin like off. Like I just wanted to scrub everything like off me and just be back in my space.
Yeah.
But then that's like someone's real life. Like that's their reality. They can't opt out or go to another like.
Yeah.
So it's actually traumatic, man. And I think therapy is very necessary. I go to therapy. I do joke therapy. Yeah, because it's a lot.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like the realization that the sheer luck that I am where I am. Like,
and there's so many people that are better than you.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just life. It's just, like my mom always says, all fingers are not equal. So
there's a saying that being born is like an elevator. And
how?
If the vagina just happens to open up on the wrong floor and you're born into the wrong life.
I was definitely born in the wrong country, Sha. That's for sure. That is for sure. I was definitely born in the wrong country.
The wrong country.
I am not supposed to be here. I don't like Nigeria.
Not
one bit. Some people say they do. I don't pretend. I actually hate this country. I detest it a lot.
Then you get a lot of opportunities to not come back. I'm
hopefully not coming back. Like, cause Nigerians don't even appreciate my art. Like, I just feel like my target audience is just not here.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just wasting my time, wasting my talent, and I should go to where I can develop and
it, right?
actually do something.
Straight up.
Everybody here is looking for contracts. Even me at some point, I was looking for contracts, and I was like, guy, like, relax. It's not for you, so...
It's not for everybody.
So yeah, I just can't live, like, I can't live here, man. I've been here for 5 years. I've paid my dues, so...
What's your relationship with loneliness and solitude?
I like solitude.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like...
How,
that's like my second...
Your second friend, your best friend.
Yeah.
Bestie, after Chidera or before Chidera?
I don't mind solitude.
I think solitude played a role for me when I was coming up. Because I'm just like you, I'm self-taught in photography. Mm-hmm. So I spent literally 9 months alone in an apartment in Sandton, South Africa. Mm-hmm. And I would just like watching YouTube videos, practicing my craft, learning how to edit, how to use Photoshop, doing all those things. That's what solitude did for me. And then I think in that period, I now got used to the idea of just being on my own.
Yeah, I don't
and
like
now I like
space.
it. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry to my friends that are listening, but like when my friends come over, like after some hours, in my head, I'm like, okay.
Yo, you know what's funny? Because now I'm thinking of
time to go.
The thing on your birthday.
Oh my
you
God.
had people come to your house.
I actually kicked people out of my house. Like, I actually did kick people out. Like, it got to a point where, like, I looked, because I had never had, like, people at my house ever, like, that many. I probably had, like, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But then my house, so I went into the living room and I saw, like, so many people. And I actually lost it. And I was like, I basically just cut it. I was like, okay, everybody out. I literally just said everybody, like, it's time to go home. Wow. And they thought I was joking, but they had been at my house for like 4 or 5 hours. It's okay now. It's time to go home. Like, I love my friends, but I just can't. I can't. Like, I need. And then as soon as everybody left, I had to get my house back. Like, I don't know if I have like an issue, but I had to get my house back in order. Like, everything in its place. Like, that was my birthday, and I was cleaning. Like, I had to like, because I just need like.
Just need
I don't know if it's a control thing, but I couldn't. I actually kicked them out, man. That's bad.
So when it's time to have kids, you think you're gonna outgrow that, or you're just gonna be?
I got a dog last year, and I actually really love my dog, but I couldn't stand something else being in my apartment, so I gave him out. I gave him to my neighbor. I'm a terrible person. But I just couldn't. And you know the thing, I spent months like getting ready for, like I ordered stuff from England for, like this dog was set. I was so excited, but when the dog was actually in my house,
the responsibility.
I was like, it's not even the responsibility, it's just like there was something else, like there was like another source of life in my house, and I was just like, and then he peed on my floor, and I'm very like clean, like I don't joke.
Yeah.
And he peed on my floor, and that just sets me off. I was like, nah, I can't do this. I told my neighbor, like, because my neighbor has like dogs as well, so he had like people dogs to play with. So I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly, because I can't.
You may have to not like end up doing any of those things.
But I only want one like child.
You only want one child?
Yeah.
You had one dog.
Yeah, a dog is different now. Like a child, like my mom will help. Like.
And you know what's interesting, because I've had a friend tell me that what it's like. But
I'm going to try to get a dog again. I'll actually try. I'll actually try or not. You
know there are women who end up like hating their kids for no reason, and they just exist.
Of course, yeah.
That could be you.
No.
No. And not that you hate them.
That's extreme.
You just,
but like just be
space.
irritated.
Yeah.
No.
No. A friend was telling me how she gave birth to her first child, and for like 2 months she couldn't even carry it.
Yeah, she probably had postpartum depression.
Yeah, that was part of it. So imagine what yours could be like,
No, that's negative. Don't think like that. No, I'll be older. And
yeah, we're talking about that now so that you can plan
makes
for
sense.
it.
That actually makes sense. That means I have to be with someone that's... No, like... I have little cousins who I really like.
Of course you like them.
No,
but you
as
can't
in...
stay with them for
No,
hours
as in when they were born, I was with them. Like, I was like at my auntie's house, like just...
They weren't in your house. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I was in their house.
But you were not in your house.
Yeah, but I was living there.
But now you're in your house.
Well...
It's different.
I know.
So different.
Oh my God, and babies cry so much.
They cry,
God.
they shit.
Do you know the thing? I think what frustrated me about the dog is he was crying and barking, and I was talking. I was like, what do you want? Like, I did everything. Like, I took him out. Like, I gave him his toy. I gave him food, water. He was still... So I was talking to the dog, and the dog couldn't respond. So I was getting frustrated. Like, I need to know so that I can help you. And babies can't talk as well.
Yeah.
But the difference is my mom doesn't like dogs, but then my mom likes children. So.
Well, the difference is you wanted a dog. You got the dog and then you couldn't.
Yeah, but I want a child. And my mom also wants a grandchild. So my mom would be there to like fill in.
To fill in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She wouldn't fill in with the dog.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I think that's something to really think about, as you.
And I also want to adopt. Yeah, so I want to adopt a child as well. Like, I want to have one and adopt one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, children are expensive.
They are.
And the economy is not getting any better.
It is not.
And my children need to have the best, so they have to be as little as possible. Because
same here.
And my family is like small, so I've never wanted like a big, like, nah. No.
I was going to ask you something about a tweet you tweeted, but you answered the question already.
What did I tweet?
See?
What did I tweet?
I think everybody gets that same reaction whenever they talk about their Twitter, because everyone knows they tweet some shit. Everybody tweets some wild shit. But yours is fully okay. It's like, God is really showing out in my life, man. I'm so grateful.
That was when I got my scholarship.
Yeah, so you answered that.
Yeah.
So I knew what that was. And finally, what does being the best version of yourself look like to you? Considering that you've named a lot of your flaws and things you're like working on and things about you.
Being the best version of myself is, first of all, not being in Nigeria physically.
Preach.
Being in London or
wherever else in
North
Europe.
America, yeah, but just not being here. And just being at peace. Just being at peace with everything in my life personally. And my mom being at peace, because if my mom is not happy, then I'm definitely not happy. Being able to create work in my own time and being married to Lee Min Ho, who is like my Korean crush. That's like I'm going to Korea to actually look for him.
Funny thing.
Because I'm like in love with that guy.
Fun fact.
What's the fun fact? Do you know him? Have you met him?
Fun fact.
What's the fun fact?
I'm South Korean by birth.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's so cool. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Do you understand anything?
No, I do not.
Right.
I haven't been back there in a while, but I was born there 91.
That's so random.
I know.
That's so do you have, like, are you Korean?
I could, so they give you the option of claiming it at some point whenever you want to, like.
So why you haven't?
When I'm ready, of course I want to, like, see, so Korean culture
ready.
Is like,
oh my God,
it's amazing right now. It's not a bad time to claim that shit.
I have soju in my fridge right now. Like, I have soju in my fridge.
Oh yeah?
From Lagos. There's a Korean woman in Lagos.
Oh yeah?
See, I'm really deep into this thing, man.
You're serious? Yes, you are.
Like, next summer.
And it's amazing. They're amazing.
I just, so yeah, I'll be at peace when I have Lee Min Ho.
That's a place I wouldn't mind, like, because I was there again.
Shira and I are going next summer.
You will love it. Korea.
I can't wait.
And they have this thing called, like, a government office that deals with equity. And basically, they're always trying to, like, level up men and women in the society.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so...
Honestly, their culture is just, their values, like, their, everything, like... But yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change being Nigerian, though.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't change being, like, a black woman because, we don't have to speak too much on that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But the only thing that would change is actually being in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, so... Like, I like being Nigerian. I like the banter, I like the jokes, the food, but just don't like the place.
Yeah. So tell us where we can we find you on the internet?
On my Instagram, Vanessa Endeley _. Is there an underscore? Yeah.
Check, please. Check, please.
Oh my God.
Before you send them to a Stan account.
Yeah, Vanessa Endeley _, yeah.
On Twitter as well?
My Twitter is...
Private.
Yeah, it's private. Even my Instagram is private. What's my Twitter handle? Vanessa Endeley. Okay. Is it underscore?
They'll find it.
Just type in Vanessa Endeley. Like I'm not hiding.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have Vanessa. We've talked a lot about everything. Thanks for doing this with me.
Thanks for having me.
This means a lot. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with Rodney.
No, the airports are closed.
Shay?
The airports are actually closed, so I actually didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah. No, thank you, honestly. And guys, that's it. This is the Young God.
Vanessa Endeley. Signing out.
Signing out, right? I was supposed to have the last word. Okay. I'm going to go again. This is the Young God. If you made it to the end of this episode, you're a real one. Thanks again for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, there's a whole lot more where that came from. Just scroll down, you'll see all the range of topics, guests, stories, whatever. I've put in some work for you guys, so there's something for everyone. I release episodes every Saturday at midnight, and depending on my mood, I might release 2 or 3. You know, I can be generous like that. So don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you feel so inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and follow the podcast on Instagram at The Young God Pod and Twitter at I Am The Young God for exclusive content. And just, we're in this, man. Thanks again. Rodney Amakache, out.